Julie, is it true you went out with an alien? Oh my god, you guys, let's talk about Earth Girls Are Easy.
Earth Girls Are Easy.
Let me just say, I've mentioned it before when I talked about Medusa Dare to Be Truthful that I do not care for this film. Despite the fact that I'm a mega Julie Brown fan, like I love her, she's a goddess to me.
So, they can still be dates.
I don't like this movie. And I don't know why. Like, I feel like I really should. It's very camp. It's very over the top. It's everything that you think I would love. Like, it's so colorful and it's so out there as far as 80s movies go. And it's really bizarre. But for some reason, there's just stuff about this movie I don't like. And like, the more I dig into it and the more I research, the more I realize, yeah, I kind of get why I don't like this movie. Now let's get into it. The plot of this movie is very, very simple. Geena Davis is a housewife with a husband that treats her like crap. And one day, a spaceship crash lands in her swimming pool and out emerges tall, furry aliens that she decides need makeovers. And that's about where I'll leave it. She enlists her friend, Julie Brown, who is amazing, and shaves off all their hair, gives them all a makeover, and they become really, really hot.
Underneath, they're more than human.
Wow, you're incredible.
Like, and it stars very, very young Jeff Goldblum, Jim Carrey, and Marlon Wayans. Like, all studs in this. Like, they're all really ripped and gorgeous and pretty. But I don't know what it is. I think I kind of understand now why I don't like it. Now, Geena Davis doesn't really do it for me in this movie. I don't like her performance, and it's crazy because she's a very talented actress. Like, she has an Oscar, and she's been in movies that I really do like Beetlejuice and all sorts of stuff. But for some reason, like Beetlejuice, Thelma and Louise, like, she's got amazing, amazing work. But for some reason, I just don't get her in this movie. Like, she's not very funny. Like, she's got, like, the flattest performance ever. Like, she's just dreadful in this.
I just don't want you to think Earth Girls Are Easy.
And I think I understand why her character is so hollow and just so, like, kind of feels like she was rushed to be completed, because apparently the making of this movie, it was supposed to be a very different movie. This movie was essentially taken from its author, who was Julie Brown. Now, the history of Earth Girls Are Easy starts as a novelty song, a track 5 on Julie Brown's comedy album, Goddess in Progress. And it's one of the big bangers on the album, like kind of a hidden gem. And it's essentially the same story as this, where it's, you know, starts off very leader of the pack, very parody of that. And Julie Brown tells the tale of how an alien that looks like a cross between Flipper and Alan Thicke made love to her one night through a doggy door.
You know the stories in the National Enquirer, and there was one where some woman said an alien came in through the doggy door and, you know, had sex with her or something. And we just thought that was hilarious. But while we were writing the song, we realized that this would be a great movie if the alien was hot. Right? And then there were several aliens and they show up here.
Like, it's insanity. It's really, really fun, but it doesn't really hold much for a movie. Like, it's essentially just kind of like this girl gets, you know, assaulted by an alien and then flies off. But Julie Brown had reached a point in her career where she was being approached to make something.
I get this call from Warner Brothers. They go, these songs are so theatrical, because they were becoming like, some of the songs were becoming cult hits in different markets. And I go in there and I pitch this movie, and I didn't know how to do it, but I'm walking around the room and I'm acting everything out because I didn't know better. And they bought it in the room. They're like, we're buying it. That never happens either, but I didn't know that. And they were going to star me in it. I mean, this was all like, you're going to be a movie star. I mean, I thought, man, this is so easy, you know.
She had a very successful hit TV show on MTV called Just Say Julie, and it was going on about 3 seasons, and she was going back and forth. Like, she's a very accomplished comedian from the Groundlings and such, and it was getting a lot of buzz, and she was a very, very popular personality, and she was writing drafts because she wanted to make a movie. And her friends like Bobcat, Elvira, Pee Wee Herman, they all had these star vehicles, these really bizarre movies, and Julie Brown wanted a piece of that pie. She wanted to, like, put her name out there and try her hands at becoming the star of a movie, because that's what you did back in the 80s. If you became very, very much a hot commodity, you got a movie. Now, for some reason, it just did not work for her. She didn't get that chance. I researched this and it said she submitted about 25 drafts for scripts, which is insanity. Like, she was trying to make this happen. She was trying to get a movie made, and it breaks my heart that, like, she got very, very close, a studio bit, and she was told the dreaded news that no star wants to hear. She wasn't a big enough star to be in this movie, which is insane, because I feel like she had well proven herself as a comedian at this point in her career. Like, she was all over the place. So the fact that they didn't see the star potential in her is maddening.
I can't believe you're printing an alien in front of all these people.
She comes back with a script and she drafts it up so that they could put a hotter lead in the film, and that hotter lead was seen to be Geena Davis. For the role of Valerie that Geena Davis would eventually play, it was originally offered to Molly Ringwald, who did not take it, and second it was offered to Madonna. Can you imagine what that phone call was like, knowing their history together, her and Julie Brown? That's so funny. Geena Davis decided not to do this movie, and I can understand why she probably did it, because it was far removed from anything she had done at that point. Like, she did The Fly and The Accused. Like, she was known as a very dramatic actress, and she didn't do a whole lot of fun shit. So I'm sure Earth Girls Are Easy probably seemed like a really fun opportunity for her to cut loose and try her chops at comedy. I'll just say this, a vapid Valley girl Geena Davis is not. I couldn't think of a worse casting decision than her in this movie. Like, she's not very good. And that's crazy because she's a fucking amazing actress, but she's just so flat in this. And it's so miscast. And you can tell, like, this role would have sung with a stronger comedian in the lead. Sadly, Julie Brown was relegated to the supporting act. And honestly, she has a much funnier character. And it even got to the point where, like, execs were looking at this because, believe it or not, they wanted to cut Cause I'm a Blonde. Cause I'm a Blonde was in the script. There's a couple of musical moments in this because, again, it was Julie's vehicle.
I like them big and stupid. I like them big and real dumb.
I Like 'em Big and Stupid, Cause I'm a Blonde, Earth Girls Are Easy. There's a ton of musical sequences in this that showcase Julie Brown's main talent, which was novelty music. Because she was a novelty artist that made amazing comedic albums, from Goddess in Progress to Trapped in the Body of a White Girl. And Earth Girls Are Easy was supposed to be her magnum opus, and unfortunately it was snatched from her. And the movie we got is not the movie we deserved. And it was rightfully panned by critics, like this was a big flop. But Julie Brown promoted this fucking thing like it was Citizen Kane. Like, I gotta say, like, all Just Say Julie, she dedicated so much time to making sure people came and saw this movie. Because again, it wasn't much, but it was something, okay? It was something she got to get made, and unfortunately, she was not the star of it. Like, I wonder what that universe would have been like had we gotten the movie we deserve. Like, had Julie Brown's initial draft got picked up and they made Earth Girls Are Easy with her, what would that story have been? Like, I want to read one of those drafts so badly, just to see, like, what it was and how it went. I bet it was much funnier and much more concise, because the one problem with this movie is that it kind of just wanders. It goes everywhere, but there's no real through-line plot that really links anything back together. And before you know it, the movie's over and you have a happy ending, but it's just like, what the fuck is that? What just happened? What was this fucking movie? But there are some fun stuff in this movie. I will say, like, it's very camp and very colorful. It's very shut your mind off. It's definitely a stoner movie. Like, take an edible and watch this one. You'll probably really enjoy it. There are some people that really, really, truly like it, but it just wasn't for me. And I just don't get why we got this movie. Now, Julia Brown would get a chance to do other movies after this. Like, after Earth Girls Are Easy, she had enough capital, enough push, where she eventually would go on to make Medusa Dare to Be Truthful and Attack the 5'5" Women. And even was in Shakes the Clown. Like, she had a lot of back and forth. So then her career took a hiatus because she got pregnant and she wanted to raise her child. So she would do strip mall and then quietly left the industry to raise her kid and become more of a comedy writer and a script doctor. But I often wonder, like, what would have happened had these things really, like, came into fruition for her? Had Earth Girls Are Easy starred her? Had the Julie Brown show that she pitched and had filmed a pilot for, had that gotten picked up?
I don't need Liz Taylor to do a good show. It's called Julie Brown the Show, right? They came to see me, and that's what they're gonna get. Me! And lots of me, and just me, and no Michael Jackson. What am I gonna do? When in doubt, more eyeshadow!
What would that have been like? Like, I truly wonder. I really do. Because I truly wholeheartedly believe that, like, she's one of those comedians that should have gotten a lot more, and we should have seen a whole lot more out of her. But again, it's just like circumstances just did not work out for her in her favor. Like, there's some sad reason execs didn't see the magic that was behind that and the star she could have really been. Because I feel like she should be talked about in the same breaths as like a Judy Tenuta or Kathy Griffin. Like, she's a very strong comedic presence that shaped a lot of kids in the 90s as far as like a very camp, fun, comedic style. I know I definitely was shaped by her. Like, I loved all of her albums, and I still do to this day. Like, they're still really fucking funny. But there is some fun stuff in this, like, especially we get a random-ass Angeline cameo in this. Like, Angeline is in this movie, and it's probably, like, the best showing of her at her height, the peak of her notoriety in LA. We have Angeline in this. Not to mention, the film is just so visual. It is very, very visually stunning, and so much, like, Art Deco, tacky 1980s houses and stuff like that. Like, you'll really vibe with it. And Geena Davis and Julie have such fun costumes. Like, it's so 80s and so neon, like lots of lycra, really big hair. Like, they were totally leaning into the camp aesthetic of like 80s glamour fashion at its most obnoxious. Like, everyone's walking around looking like a Patrick Nagel painting. But let me know, did you see Earth Girls Are Easy when it came out? Or did you ever catch it on Showtime or something like I did late at night and wonder, what the hell is this movie? Because I know I certainly did. I don't want to completely shit on the movie. Like, there are some nuances in this that I can appreciate. It's just, it's not my favorite, and it's not the one I gravitate to. I don't have the same love for it as a lot of other gay guys do, where it's just like, oh my God, love this movie. There's just, it takes me out, especially Geena Davis's performance is like, I get taken out of it so fast. Let me know what you guys thought about Earth Girls Are Easy. I'm dying to hear about it. Let's talk about it. Am I doing too much? Do you agree with me, or do you think Geena Davis was really good in it? I want to know. Like, maybe I'm missing something. I rewatched it recently, and my stances kind of still remain the same on that, but maybe I could be wrong. Let's talk about it, all right? And I'll catch you all in the next one, okay? Bye! Well, it's over now. Click my next YouTube video. Like, comment, and subscribe.